Hello. Today, you guys are going to be learning street performing tips. Or not really learning, but you're going to be hearing some street performing tips from me, which I have been street performing since the summer. So I'm not like an expert, but still though, I feel like I've picked up a lot to know what to do and all that stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Anyway, there's three stuff you gotta know: preparation, setting up, and what to do, what's going to happen during your street performance. Going into preparation part of it, you want to get there early. Trust me, getting there early is going to help you a lot. It is when, like, I feel like most of the people are there, and also like what I mean by getting there early, I mean like 10 a.m. I don't mean stuff like 7 or such. And when I mean getting there early, I mainly mean this for also events as well. You want to get to these events early. You want to make sure that you are there like when they open up, because you don't want to be playing for like a 30 minutes to the end. That's when people are already probably going to be trying to leave a little bit earlier to get out of there early. Anyway, getting there early can also go like coincide with going to events. You want to make sure to go to these kinds of events. If this doesn't apply to you, like if you live in New York and such, and like you just live at like a busy area, you don't have to follow this tip. But if you don't, of course, go to events like farmers markets or festivals, basically stuff that will bring in a lot of people and have them spending their money or planning on spending their money because you want them with their money. So yeah. Anyway, another thing is going to populated slash rich areas. You want the most amount of money. You gotta plan for the most amount of money. So go to these kinds of areas. You want to rack in the most, you got to get the most. Anyway, lastly, for the preparation, prepare for the weather. You want to make sure that you are heavily suited, or not heavily suited, but you are properly prepared for the weather because you are going to be out there for like an hour or two in this kind of condition. So you gotta buckle down and make sure, okay, do I need gloves for the hour? Do I need a bigger coat? Such like that. Anyway, next point is setting up. So, when setting up, you want to make sure you park somewhere free or close. You don't want to park somewhere that you're gonna have to be paying money for, because you don't want to be like losing income and then trying to gain that income back. You want to just park somewhere free and get the most amount of money as you can. If you have to walk like maybe 5 minutes, I suggest doing it. I don't want to be like, if I can do it, you can do it, but I've done it with a stand, a violin, and my tipping jar in pretty like cold weather with gloves on. So you just gotta tough it out and do it if you want that most money. Anyway, next point is prepare for other street performers. There is going to be street performers at these kinds of events. You might even see other street performers if you are in busy areas. There's just going to be other street performers. So you have to prepare mentally where to set up, as well as what, like, how to get the most amount of attention. You don't want to park yourself right next to that street performer, because they're just gonna, if they're better than you, they're gonna take all your money. So you want to park yourself somewhere a little bit far away. He's gonna probably do this, they're gonna probably do the same thing. It's just the best way possible. And you're also gonna have to mentally prepare yourself too, because you might feel like, oh man, I give up. I'm not gonna get the most, but he's better than me. I'm just gonna have to go and pack up and leave. You're gonna he It's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. You gotta be like, okay, I got this. I can do this. And you gotta do it. Or you don't have to, but you get what I mean. Anyway, next point, have some help. Like people helping you is going to make like street performing like 10 times easier. Trust me. When I first started out, as well as like sometimes nowadays, I have like friends and family help me out, like bringing my stuff just out there, because like what I said, I carry 3 items, and I don't know if you can count two hands, it's kind of hard and it's kind of difficult, especially when walking on these sidewalks filled with people, and especially trying to like set them down and get all set up. It is a great help to like have like other people with you. The last point, position yourself correctly. It kind of goes in with what I said with prepare for other street performers. You want to make sure that you are heard as well as seen by as many people as you can, because not everyone's going to be able to see or hear you, especially if like it's a pretty big area. You want to make sure that like the most amount of people can hear you or see you and such like that. So just position yourself correctly and you should be all good. Anyway, my last point or last section, I should say, is what's going to happen during your street performance, because this is or like what to do during your street performance. What's going to happen and what to do during your street performance. This is just a thing you're is going to happen to everyone at least one point if you do street performing for long, but be respectful if you are kicked out. You don't want to make a scene because that can just be tracked to you, and you just don't want to be mean. You're not, don't act like you're all that in a bag of chips because you're just starting out. And you're also a street performer. You're just street performing. You're not actually like Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber level kind of celebrity where you can just go and sing in public and act like you're all that. You gotta realize that that is their establishment and their choice of whether or not they can have you there or not. The next point is expect the unexpected. What I mean by that, as in, this can go with harassment, this can go with weird stuff happening, and this can go with people coming up to you and asking if you want to join their church and such. It's just expect people coming up to you and don't and such like that, because harassment is just going to happen. I've had little kids throw rocks at me while playing. It was terrible. I asked them, "Kay, can you stop?" and all that, and they kept on trying to mess with me. It was a bad experience, but I got through it, and I kind of laugh it off now. So yeah, there's going to be worse instances. I like recently I've had someone kind of like talk shit about me like while I was performing, but there's gonna be good because like someone like was like, "Yo, knock it off. Are you up there?" and all that kind of stuff like that. There's gonna be help. Anyway, also expect weird stuff too. Like for me, a guy I know this is all three stories. Shocker, I know. But anyway, a guy came up to me, a guy, like when I was playing, I believe this was the same day too, like with the dude talking crap about me, a guy just suddenly started dancing to one of the songs that I was doing. And it kind of took me off guard, but I kept on playing and he enjoyed it. And then at the end, he said that, "Oh yeah, I kind of do this suddenly. No, I don't do this suddenly. Oh my God, that I kind of just do dancing at the park on these days." And it's like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." So you can learn more about people from like doing street performing. Another thing, have a diverse playlist. You want to make sure that it can hit all the markers. You want to make sure that it can hit people who are religious, people who like classical music, people who like pop music, people who like Disney music. If you can hit like a big demographic, go for it. I play songs like Hallelujah. I play songs like Beauty and the Beast, Colors of the Wind. I believe even now, A Whole New World. I also play a lot of classical music, like Bach's Sarabande. I don't remember what movement. I play songs like Accolades Concerto, such like that. You want to make sure that this can like help connect or as well as like just draw the most amount of people as possible. This was more for music, but you can also do the same thing for juggling or for dance. I don't know why, but I always think juggling first when it comes to street performing. But yeah, you can try and just spice up your routine and such. Anyway, this kind of connects to with my next point. Cater to the audience. You wanna like if you feel like you're in a very religious like religious plays, play Hallelujah. If you feel like there's a lot of Disney adults around you, or if you're in Florida, of course, and there's Disney adults, play Disney songs. Just try and like figure out, okay, what does my audience want right now? Or what does this audience would like appreciate? Such like that. You're not gonna get it right, but it's like a good way to like be like getting some money and making them realize, oh my God, he sees me and all that. Anyway, final point, audience interaction. And this mainly goes for little kids. If you are doing something that is appealing to little kids, which is basically anything, like juggling or dancing or playing music like the guitar or the violin, and they are like stopped, their like kid is actually stopped and like their parent is also watching too. You can then go and like maybe try and talk to them and ask them, hey, which song do you want to choose out of these two? Do you want to hear? And like they can pick and all that. And like it's a good way to like show that you are like connecting with other people and that they can like they feel a connection towards you and they'll be like, man, that was actually very nice of him. I feel like he deserves a tip from that and all that. That's like a good way of like, getting connection. Anyway, or I don't know, getting connection, all that, going to get money, however you take it. Anyway, that is all. I feel like I hit everything, street performing wise. If you can probably find more from other people, but that's just me. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Peace.